Sunday morning. I wanted to be working yesterday. I did just. But, you know, sometimes it don't work out. And yesterday it didn't work out. So, I needed to get this serpentine belt issue figured out on the truck. And, you know, the Ford dealer didn't do it in Kingman after I spent, you know, some money for them to swap the belt over and see if they saw anything that was wrong. Well, they swapped the belt, but that, you know, they just took my money and said adios. So, took it over to Poor Boys, and I bought a belt and a tensioner and a power steering pump, and, you know, I was like, hey, can you guys just, you know, I have these parts, can you just see if I'm, you know, ballpark of what's wrong, maybe I, you know, missed something or whatever, let's figure it out. So they figured it out. Power steering pump was bad, because every once in a while the steering would just get hard and just not want to steer. Can't reproduce it, it just, every once in a while I'd be trying to back into my house or turning a corner in traffic or what have you, it just stops working. So, not good, so they replaced that because that was bad. And apparently last year when I had an issue with my alternator dying, the one I got from O'Reilly had the wrong pulley on it. So it had just decided that now it was going to start shredding my belt. So I got that swapped out, and we're all good. I was hoping this would have all got done yesterday morning, but apparently the belt I was given when I went to the parts store was the wrong belt. Found that out at, like, you know, 6 o'clock last night, and, you know, I can't ask the guys over at Poor Boys to stay late to deal with my nonsense and me getting the wrong damn parts. And so anyway, here we are. I was supposed to be going to Yuma first thing this morning because I figured I'd have my truck back early. Not the case, so here we are, almost 10 a.m. You know, I was in contact with my boys and being like, hey man, I don't have my truck back, I have a little issue. You know, it happens. So I'm en route. They got some other stuff, they got called in late, so I'm gonna go run some of that. At least I'm recovering a little bit, you know. I should have just taken it to Poor Boys in the first place. I should have just sucked it up and been like, all right, let me just, you know. But what do you do? You're on the road, you think you know what the issue is, turns out that wasn't what the issue was. Anyway, let's get over here, get this stuff picked up, get it dropped off, do some stuff, and then tomorrow's shot. My wife's having surgery, so I'm done for tomorrow, and then maybe Friday. We'll do some work Friday. Short video, it is what it is. All right, hell yeah, here we go. Let's rock and roll. So I got 3 going to right next to the tank farm, which we've been to before. These 2 are going to a place basically right around the corner from that. We're talking quarter mile maybe. And then that's going to Tempe, and I may have one to pick up in Chandler to go into Cave Creek. Waiting on a phone call to get that back. So let's get the hell out of here. We got stuff to do. Let's go. All right, here we go again. Right next to all these big old tanks full of high-priced gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel, and God knows what else. It's an awful lot of gasoline. I wonder how many gallons all this is. Anybody knows? Leave it in the comments. I'm curious, because it sure does seem like a lot. Anyway. All right, here we are. Turn down this street. It's a giant pothole, and somebody else is getting offloaded right where I need to park. Can never go fast. It's always got to be slow for some reason. Anyway, let's get up here and find a parking spot. Start unstrapping. Recording. All right, here we go. Super windy day today. Just what we need. supposed to have some weather. Whatever. Don't know what that is. What are these white things in the sky? What is all that about? Takes them around the corner. Another place here in town that builds these manufactured houses. There's a whole lot of that goes on around here. Labor must be cheap, which is probably why rates are not that great. So anyway, these next two pallets in the back that are still strapped basically go right on the other side of this building. There's some train tracks. The other side of the tracks. Hopefully it's not too rough. I don't know which one he's getting. That one. There we go. Alright, here we are. Last stop over here in Tempe. Pretty tight little driveway. There's really nowhere to turn around over there. And then the other entrance was blocked. So that guy with a straight truck pulled in, made the turn, and then backed up. Yeah, no, not, ain't gonna happen. Not for me, it ain't. So anyway, let's just do this just in case one of these crazy Tempe drivers tries to hit us, like I already had one try to do. Camera turned off because, you know, it's too hot out here where it's 70 degrees and windy. There goes the homeboy with the pallet. Jump back on the load boards. My boy Chris called me and asked me if I could do something. He hasn't called me back yet, so we'll see. I'm gonna get a hold of him right now and see what the dealio is. Maybe maybe I got more today, maybe I don't. We'll find out here shortly. But I definitely want to be working. After taking a vacation, having some time off, spent a bunch of money, I definitely want to be working.